we minister to people through volunteers. The volunteers are doctors, nurses, different areas of medicine, and also even people who work in the medical emergency. All these people work with us. Pharmacists, we also work with people who do not have medical background. For example, there are people, ministers, that can go with us to help us minister to the people. There are lay people that can also minister to the people. We have situations where people go with us to help us in controlling the crowd, in registration, and many other aspects of what we do. Everyone pretty much can go, but they have to have the love of Christ in them. That is what is very important. Amongst the number of people we've ministered to over these years, over 75,000 people have been ministered to. And amongst those, about 45,000 accepted Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior for the very first time.
The day that we left Houston, arrived to Africa, went to Nigeria, when I touched the ground, I started crying. We went to this home. It was assembled, a lot of people that were assembled there, men and women, like a prayer group. They were holding hands and they were singing the praises of the Lord, and I just cried the whole time. It was just too much for me to understand, too much for me to gather, to comprehend. It was just amazing, absolutely astonishing. It was just beyond. So I cried for a while. Then after the songs were sung and we saying different types of things to one another, and the crying stopped. I started becoming more a part of the group and more like myself, and interacting with others and fellowshipping with the others that were there.
My name is Terry Skinner, and I have been with the Africa Christian Medical Mission, and we've been going to Africa, my husband and I, and the countries in the Caribbean since 2003. Almost every year, and sometimes more than once a year. We use puppets, we use visual aids, we use books and stories, the Bible stories that tell the story of Jesus and his message, and that they can relate to. Our puppet show, the joy of Jesus and the Spirit of Jesus, just conveys the message that he loves us, that he's with us, and that his message is about love.
Mission is not ours. We just, we put on our stuff, we put our hats and get our bags, and we get all of our stuff and we go. But we don't know how God is going to perform that day. We don't know what he has there for us. We are just the vessels. We are just the vessels that are there for that particular day. And we're going to see how God's going to work that day. But a lot of times the parents are the voice for the child. But children are crying out, and they have no voice, and they're hurting. And when we go there, we touch a lot of lives. And we see a lot of people who have just a sundry of pediatric issues and problems, something that's somewhat minor. But we see those who have some of the severe diseases, dysentery, some of the parasitic diseases that have pretty much taken most of their lives, so they're not eating well, just a lot of different diseases. So we see the very minor types of things all the way to the severe forms of diseases.
As we work with the volunteers, we walk through the volunteers, and we want the people that join us, either those that are able to go, some are able to pray, some are able to go, and some are able to give. Whatever areas that people are able to work with us, all of them add up to being able to do the Great Commission, which is the purpose that we go out into the world.